Come along with me for a fun solo day out in London. I'm planning to go to the Kandinsky exhibit at the Tate Modern, have a nice little walk along the river, and then I'm on a mission to try lots of different vegetable dishes to try and find some fun combinations and get some new inspiration for my recipes. But first up, the Tate Modern, and I had a lovely time. The exhibit was really expensive, but I found it worth it. Loved all the paintings and it was really interesting. Next up, Vegetable Adventure. That exhibit was a lot of pennies, but I did enjoy it, so now I'm starving, so let's get some fun food. There is also the tomato achar there. Not pronouncing that right. That is very nice. It does enhance this to the next level.
I thought Borough Market was going to be hell, and guess what? It was hell. There were too many people. I don't know why I went, but I went. There weren't much fun veg things. It was a lot more fish, meat, and those strawberries. Already got enough strawberries with me today, and everything was overpriced. There was a fun spelt mushroom risotto that seemed like a lot, and it didn't seem like it was fun enough. I mean, it's not revolutionary in mushroom risotto really, so I don't know if this counts, but I make the rules and I say it counts because it's made of corn. So corn's a vegetable, so I'm saying it's counting. It's basically, I think, an arepa, but I'm not 100% sure. They called it a Venezuelan corn bun. So I got that, and they had a few flavors. I got the guava and halloumi because I love fruit and cheese. So got it, and now I'm desperately trying to find somewhere quiet to sit down and eat it, but that seems impossible. So yeah, off I go. Yes or no, was I too hungry to try and find a park? I mean, I love corn, so I'm not mad at this, and I am hungry. Is it like revolutionary in flavour? Not really, but it is. Wait, the guava works really well with it. That's really nice. Corn and guava and cheese. A great combo, so I'm going to enjoy this. Okay, so the summary is I had the best time at Bubala, and I then felt really full and was desperate to try and find somewhere to sit and lie down, but could not. One of my pet peeves about London is those little private parks that look so nice, except only residents are allowed to go in like out of hours weekends, which must be really nice for the residents, but is sad for me, and I did not pull a Notting Hill and jump over the fence, for anyone that gets that reference. So didn't sit down, instead had a mooch around Spitalfields, couldn't find any fun veg dishes there. Then I went over to Liberty's because I wanted to buy a present, and then finally made it to St. James's Park. I had that thing where you're really tired and so you can't make a decision, and I couldn't decide where to sit, and so I walked around for ages and finally decided to just sit down, and then there were a bunch of geese and I'm afraid of birds, so then that wouldn't do, so then I had to keep walking, but I have now found somewhere to sit and it's really nice, and the sun's finally come out, so it's lovely. But yes, summary of the day. I was on a mission to find fun, exciting veg dishes because I really wanted to get inspired and see what everyone was doing. It was fun with vegetables, and basically hard to find, not that much that was like exciting. There were lots of places I saw that did obviously vegetable dishes, but I wanted to find stuff that I hadn't had before, so that's where I struggle. So it'd be like tomato mozzarella or asparagus and garlic. I wanted something that was like, what? So that's where I had a bit of a mooch around, but I was a bit over ambitious. It turns out you can't have a little mooch around the entirety of London looking for vegetable dishes, so I might need to do this again and come back and try different areas. So yes, moral of the story is that. But what did I try? I tried those momos. They were nice. The carrot in the momos was really tasty carrot, but it was a bit bland. The tomato atcha, the sauce that came with it, was really nice, and I might try and recreate that and look up what it is because that was nice. But all in all, I'd give that a 6 out of 10. It was fine, but I wouldn't move mountains. Then what else? I tried the corn buns with guava and halloumi, and that was nice because I love guava and cheese together. And the corn bun was nice, but it was all in all a lot of polenta, so a bit stodgy. I'd have that again, but it wasn't mind-blowing. It was nice, so I'd say that was a 7 out of 10, 6.5, 7 out of 10. Then I went to Bubala, and I tried their crudités with the muhammahat. I've probably said that wrong, I'll have to look that up later, with sour cherries and walnuts, and I had the oyster mushroom skewer, and I had the round courgette with pumpkin seed praline and a harissa and egg yolk butter. Now the crudité is nice, nothing wrong with a crudité. What I was more there for was the dip with sour cherries and walnuts, which was a really intense sesame flavour that went so well with the sour cherries and walnuts. It was really nice, but the balance was a bit off. There wasn't enough dip to the topping of sour cherry and walnuts. And one of the herbs they put on there I didn't like, but that's my personal preference. But that was really nice. I really enjoyed it, and they went well together, so that was really nice. The oyster mushroom skewer, really, can you beat an oyster mushroom? They're amazing, so good. Really good marinade, very satisfying. It tastes a bit like this ottolenghi recipe that I make sometimes, which is tacos, which has maple syrup, soy sauce and cumin and allspice on them, and that's really nice, so really good, but could have done with a little something to freshen it up, maybe, but I could have eaten it with something like a cucumber salad or maybe a zest of lime. I don't know. I had it on its own and it was really nice, but that's probably not how you were meant to eat it. And then the round courgette was incredible. That's the winner so far. I didn't score them. I'd say the crudité with the dip was an 8 out of 10. Great time. The oyster mushroom skewer, 8.5 out of 10. It was great. I'd happily eat both of those again and again. And the round courgette, so the round courgette was a whole round courgette with, must have been slow cooked and then split in half and topped with a praline made of pumpkin seeds, but I think there were still hazelnuts in there. And then it was served on top of some chopped herbs and a harissa and egg yolk butter. And all in all, that was a 9 out of 10. So good. Best of the day. I was worried when it arrived that the ratio of like praline stuffing to courgette would be off, because it looked like it was mostly just around courgette, but actually that was needed because the texture, the sponginess and the wateriness of the courgette was like needed to balance out all the flavors going on, and the richness of that butter, oh my goodness, that was rich. So that was really well thought out. The sweetness of the praline with the crunch and the slight saltiness and the spice of the harissa butter and richness, as I already mentioned, to balance out with the courgette, all those fresh herbs. That was so well rounded, really good. Given I'm just, you know, so there's room to grow, but loved that. That was fun. So that's where I'm at. Whether I'll have the energy and hunger to go and try and find more this evening, that's still up for debate, so we'll see. If not, I will try and do this again another point to compare. And yes, for now, just gonna have a little read in the park. Quality of this video is absolutely awful, sorry about that, but you don't need to see my face that clearly, so it's all good. All this to say that I was too tired to do anything else, so I came home, and luckily for me, barbecuing had been happening, so there was some corn on the cob left. So finishing off veg day on an absolute high, because I love corn on the cob. I've made one with some ivu, some dukkha that I had left over from a recipe I developed, which is on my website, of carrots and pistachio dukkha. So I put that on one of them with some salt, and the other is butter and tahine. So yes, exciting times. Round courgette was the winner of the day, but to be honest, barbecued corn on the cob, it's my second fave. Sometimes the classics are classics for a reason, but do recommend mixing up the toppings. Lime, tahine and butter was really good. But yes, that's all from this little fun video. Hope you enjoyed it, and yeah, subscribe if you want more. Got lots of recipes as well, lots of veg recipes, which are all really exciting and all about loving vegetables for all the goodness that they do for you, including improving your mental health. So yes, check out my website for lots of fun vegetable recipes to try and include more of them into your diet, and if you want just some delicious tasting recipes, so check that out. But that's all from me. Thank you.